They might not be searching across the globe for new cultures, but many Oklahomans are scouring the state in search of another kind of treasure, buried treasure. In this excerpt from OETA's documentary series Stateline, real-life treasure hunters search the state for the lost gold of Oklahoma.
There are many legends of lost gold left behind in the Oklahoma hills. Since before statehood, treasure hunters have followed clue after clue, and some have found what they were looking for.
As a treasure hunter, you're a historian, part explorer, part investigator. I mean, it's just it takes all of it and combine into one to be successful.
It's solving problems that no one else has solved. It's the thrill of the chase. It's more like looking for something instead of finding it.
It's like finding your first silver quarter when you're metal detecting. It only gets better the bigger the find. But I've found Spanish artifacts. That's always neat to know that you're at a site that someone was there 250, 300 years ago before you, and that they left a little piece for you to find.
Now, perhaps the single most famous story about treasure in Oklahoma is that story about Jesse James and the Keechee Hills, which are near present-day Cement and south of Anadarko, near Cement and Fletcher in that area.
Back in the 1800s, the story goes that somewhere near El Paso or something, that the James gang robbed a packload train of mules, Mexicans that were carrying gold. They then brought that gold on the mules up to the Wichita Mountains.
When they were coming up here with that 18 burro loads, they got caught in the blizzard. And traveling was so hard, what they did was they dumped it into the little canyon there and then covered it up best they could and then burned the pack saddles. But they came back for it. So, and from there then they divided it up into the different caches.
That's whenever they carved up the copper kettle contract, stating how much there was and how they would divide it and everything when they returned for it.
The treasure hunters believe Jesse James himself carved a secret pact into this brass bucket and buried it in the Keechee Hills near Cement.
It just says 5th day of March 1876 that these people put together a bounty bank and that they were burying this, and basically it was each person's name was carved in it, saying that they got an equal portion of it. Story goes that they made up the contract because some of the people questioned whether or not there'd be any type of guarantee. There were some trust issues. I'm sure there was. I mean, they were all robbers. I can see how you wouldn't trust them.
When the thieves went back to get their gold, they started at a natural landmark.
Buzzard Roost, this is kind of like the epicenter of hiding treasure in Oklahoma. The brass bucket contract, the I Left Kansas map, the copper map, this was the area that they would come to.
Faint carvings into the weathered rock are believed to be Jesse James' coded guide to the location of the bloodstained treasure.
Right up here we have the pistol and knife that are carved. Kind of faint, we might be able to outline it for you. Knife is here, pistol there. Normally if a pistol or a knife, they're pointing at the next clue or the object buried, and normally it's not far away because pistol is a short range weapon. So depending on whether the hammer's cocked or not cocked, it's just different factors.
The search for gold can be a fever. For Oklahoma treasure hunters, it's a lifelong passion, and they've found more than gold along the way.
Actually, the thrill is in the hunt. Once you find it, it's found. There's no more hunt. You have to go to the next one. So for me, it's the hunt itself. It's not so much the finding of it. When you find something, it just verifies that you're on the right track.